Hello, what's up guys? It's me. Today I'm going to react to another movie, and this is A Few Good Men. I saw such a wonderful cast over there. That's why I'm quite excited to see their acting, their young faces, because I really love the actors. Well, that's why I hope you are interested in this movie as well. And I'm so excited. And if you hit the bell, you can join my community. I mean, you can subscribe to my channel, then you can get more videos from me. Also, if you want more, please don't be shy. Join my Patreon page. We can choose different movies in the future. Also, you can see the full movie reaction, because unfortunately I can show everything on YouTube channel and I blur something or even cut some episodes. That's why you can enjoy the full movie reaction on my Patreon page. All right, so guys, I can't wait. I just want to go into it. Let's go. Looks like a border between some countries. Cuba. Ah. He's sleeping. Oh my god. Wow. What are you doing? They want to take this guy. I think further we're gonna see what's happened to this man. And all the time I'm thinking, if we see some situation like that with the mouth, if this man has some problems with the nose, he can breathe through his nose, could be die. Feel good, man. Wow. Look at you. Such a beautiful synchronization. And the boots are shy. Is it Marine Corps? Looks like a rehearsal for some festival. Come on, get ready, this is your time.
Captain,
performance. Oh my gosh!
That it be myself, that it be I who am assigned.
It was beautiful intro, guys, no doubt. This is so good.
That's confidence inspiring. Good grammar there. Request that I be returned.
She's so beautiful.
Go right in, Commander. They're expecting you.
Joe, come on in.
Thank you, sir.
Joe, you know Commander Lawrence?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to sit down? I understand we had some trouble over the weekend down in Cuba.
Dawson and a private Loudon Downey entered the barracks room of a PFC Williams son. Santiago died at the base hospital approximately an hour later, naming Dawson an offense line shooting incident afternoon at 1600. Dawson and Downey are both recruiting poster Marines, and Santiago was known to be a screw-up, an awful lot like a code red. Sir, I'd like to have them moved up to Washington and assigned counsel with the inner workings of the military. I be the one who is assigned to represent them.
Commander Galloway, why don't you get your...
Oh my gosh, she's so courage.
Commander, I'd like you to leave the room so we can talk about you behind your back.
Is it okay if it's even possible to put her over there?
Gitmo, who knows what the hell goes on down there?
All right, what about this, Commander Galloway?
A desk in internal affairs for what? She disposed of 3 cases in 2 years.
Handling the Rosenberg?
An investigator, Jerry.
And internal affairs.
I think she's good professional, but is it okay? I'm so intrigued in her suggestions for the investigation.
Commander, we're going to have the defendants moved up here in the morning. Division assigned them counsel.
Not me.
The president's assignment to be wasted on what I'm sure will boil down to.
Sir, I think there might be more involved than that.
I promise you, divisional
She get bored. That's why probably she want to change something in her life.
Oh, let's get to it.
What do you think?
I'd be sorry about
Oh no, Tom Cruise. Ah, so great to see you here.
you. Gotta trust me, Sherby. You keep your eyes open. Taffy!
In your office 15 minutes ago to talk about them. I'm gonna hang your boy from a yard arm.
Dave Sherby doesn't think the Navy hangs people from yard arms.
I'll recommend 30 days in the brig with loss of rank and pay.
It's worse of oregano. My client's a moron.
It
That's
feels okay with that.
Just like you do. I'm gonna charge you.
possession of a condiment. If you ask for jail time, I'm gonna file a motion. The MTD is denied. I'll file a motion in literary ruling in advance. And after that, I'm gonna 3 months going blind on paperwork with a dime bag of oregano.
He knows what he's talking about, guys. Ah,
B misdemeanor, 20 days in the brig.
C misdemeanor, 15 days restricted duty.
I don't know why I'm agreeing to this.
You're gonna agree with us, definitely.
Morning, Captain. Morning, Captain.
Requested by division.
Requested to do what?
Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Illegally fires a round from his weapon over the fence line and
What's a fence line?
A big wall separating the good guys.
Santiago threatens to rat on Dawson of the Naval Investigative Service into Santiago's room. And an hour later, Santiago's dead.
You Poison the rack?
Not according to them. They're being flown up here tomorrow, and on Wednesday, transport down to Cuba for the day to find out. Meantime, go and see Lieutenant...
The flight to Cuba, was that 0600?
Seems important to division volunteers.
It's on my desk about a mile
Work
high.
with Cat, doing various administrative...
In other words, I have no responsibilities here whatsoever. My kind of case.
Okay, but I've got to have that report by Wednesday. Hold on. Hi.
Daniel Caffey, I was told to meet with Lieutenant Commander Galloway.
I'll call you back. You're the attorney division assigned?
I have no responsibilities here whatsoever.
Come in, please. Have a seat.
Oh my gosh, I really love her voice. Her smoky, a little bit tired timbre sounds so good.
How long have you been out of law school?
A little over a year. Have I done something wrong?
When I petitioned division to have counsel assigned, I was hoping I would be taken serious.
In case you were wondering.
Considered the best litigator in our office.
Oh, I do remember this actor as well.
Commander, from what I understand, if this thing goes to court, they won't need a lawyer. They'll need a...
No, they'll need a lawyer. Dawson's family's been contacted. Miller, his aunt on his mother's side. One of the people they'll be seeing down there is the Jessup. I assume you've heard of him.
Who hasn't?
Expect to be appointed Director of Operations and National Security Council. That's Guantanamo Bay.
I knew that one.
Come on, finish your apple.
He wanted to be transferred off the base. No one was listening. He offered information about Corporal Dawson's fence line shooting in exchange for a transfer. This letter makes it look like your client had a motive to kill Santiago.
And Santiago is...
The victim.
of Marine Corps life at Guantanamo.
Yes,
Am I further right in assuming...
I have two versions for this man, for this character. He's such a confident person and he knows what to do.
I'll get them to drop the conspiracy and conduct unbecoming.
You haven't talked to a witness or looked at a piece of paper.
Pretty impressive, huh?
My job is to make sure that you do your job. Diction's pretty much in your face. Read the letters. You're dismissed.
I always forget that part. He's a little preoccupied.
She's so cool. I mean, her character.
Friend, not to get cute down there. The Marines in Guantanamo are fanatical about being Marines.
My name is PFC William T. Son, Marine stationed at Marine Bay.
Such interesting to observe the routine, their conversation, and the behavior over there.
Problems with my unit here in Cuba. I've fallen out on runs before. I've fallen back about 20 or 30 yards, going down a rocky, unstable hill. Grabbed me and pushed me down the hill. The thing I remember is hitting the deck. I ask you to help me.
Good breathing normally, because I know.
Transferred out of RSC, U.S. Marine Corps. In exchange for my transfer off the base.
Illegal fence line shooting that occurred the night of August the 7th.
It's not okay. Oh, wow.
PFC William T. Santiago. Well, apparently he's not very happy down here at Laws asking for a transfer about a fence line shooting.
I really love his smile, guys.
This kid broke the chain of command and ran.
Recipe, and I'd like to watch him. He's doing everything so good.
That won't be necessary, Colonel. I can handle this situation, sir.
Don't interrupt me, Lieutenant.
I'm yours, Matthew. I want to know what we're going to do about this. He's that bad, huh?
But word of this letter's bound to get out. He's going to get his...
I'm interesting. Where you're gonna transport this guy?
Transfer Santiago. I'm sure that's the thing to do. Wait, I've got a better idea. Transfer the whole squad off. Let's transfer the whole Windward Division off the base. Go on out there and get those boys down off. Get me the president on the phone. We're surrendering our position in Cuba. Consider this for a second. Be his officers to train Santiago, in charge with its security. Certain that I read that somewhere once.
Somewhere. Oh my goodness, his manner. I'm really enjoying.
Vicious and certainly painless. Santiago stays where he is. We're gonna train the lad. Though doesn't make 4646 and see in conduct report. Then I'm going to kill you.
Yes, sir.
Such interesting to hear his comments.
Now that's all. Why don't we meet at the Oak?
I'd be delighted to hear any suggestions that you might have, sir.
Sit down, please. We're in the business of saving lives, Matthew. The taking a Marine who is not quite up to the job puts lives in danger. Sit down, Matthew. Go back a while. We went to the academy together, tours in Vietnam together. Promoted up through the chain with greater speed and success. That's a source of tension. I don't give a shit. My orders in front of another officer.
Colonel, blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. It is so good. Bravo.
Is this Washington, D.C.?
Excuse me. Wanted to talk to you about Corporal Dawson and Private...
He's playing all the time. This is his hobby.
Those names sound like they should mean something. The Cuba thing, yeah, so Dawson and Downey.
Oh, he forgot.
I was just wondering why two guys have been locked up.
I don't see any respect in his eyes, you know? He's doing everything what he wants. Just feeling so free here.
I recommended to your supervisor that he assign different counsel, because I don't think you're fit to handle the defense.
That was damn funny.
He doesn't look so serious, you know? That's why probably.
I do know you. Daniel Alistair Caffey, 4 at Boston Mercy Hospital. Judge Advocate and Attorney General of the United States. You went to Harvard Law, then you joined the Navy. And now you're just treading water for the 3 years you've got to serve in the JAG Corps. Just, if that's the situation, that's fine. I won't tell anyone. With which you seem to handle everything else. And I wouldn't be doing my job if I allowed Dawson and Downey to absolutely necessary because their attorney had treated.
She nailed him.
I don't think your clients murdered anyone. There was no intent.
Asphyxiation brought on by acute lactic acidosis strongly suggests.
Santiago died at 1 a.m. 2 hours later, he said it was poison.
Oh, now I see what you're saying. The library with the candlestick.
Was poisoned. Do you remember his words in the previous scene? It was poisoned.
I don't think you have much luck, though. Somebody over there thinks I'm a pretty good lawyer, so I think I can handle things myself.
You know what a code red is? What a pity.
Officer on deck, 10, hut! Rifle security, company Windward.
Playing well with others, Harold.
Sir, yes, sir!
Oh my gosh, this boy is so tall. If you compare all of them.
I'm Daniel Caffey. This is Sam Weinberg.
All right, let's see.
Is your signature?
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
You don't need to do it twice in one sentence.
Sir, a code red is a disciplinary engagement. Sir, a Marine falls out of line. It's up to the men in his unit to get him back on track.
What's a garden variety code red? Garden variety, typical. What's basic?
I see what he's doing now.
Marine refuses to bathe on a regular basis. Men in his squad would give him a GI shower.
You want to make him able to explain him everything
Pad steel
more easier.
Was the attack on Santiago code red?
Yes, sir. Sir, PFC Downey will answer any direct questions you ask him.
In Santiago's mouth, was there poison on it?
No, sir. We were just gonna shave his head, sir. We saw blood dripping down his mouth, pulled the tape off, and there was blood all down his face, sir.
Did anyone see you call the ambulance?
No, sir.
Were you there when the ambulance got there?
Lance Corporal, on the night of August 2nd, did you fire a shot across the fence line into Cuba?
Yes, sir.
Why?
My mirror engaged, sir.
The Cuban counterpart, they're called mirrors.
Santiago's letter to the NIS said you fired illegally. The guy,
Illegally.
the mirror. Oh, Harold, you see what I'm getting at?
Because he broke the chain of command, sir. He went outside of his unit, sir. Spoken to me, sir. Then a sergeant, then company commander to train him, sir.
To train him how? Okay.
Train him to think of his unit before himself.
Do you think it's okay to train him like that?
Core, God, country. Core, God, country, sir.
The government of the United States wants to charge you two with murder. Prosecutor with unit, God, country.
That's our code, sir.
Do you think it's even okay?
Ham sandwich? Sir! Harold, I think there's a concept you better start warming. I'm the only friend you've got.
My only friend you got. I really love this last phrase. Of course, they can't be smiling this time. Anyway, only chance they have.
Big time.
You think so?
For Downey's sake, you practice.
And I do remember this beautiful actor. He is brilliant. Such a beautiful cast, guys.
Come out here, Janelle. Will do.
They plead guilty. We drop the conspiracy and the conduct.
I want 12.
Can't do it. Avon lady. They killed a Marine. Guantanamo Bay Naval Hospital says he's I'm going to give you the 12 years. Platoon commander, Lieutenant Jonathan Kendrick, held a meeting with the men, told them not to touch Santiago.
We still playing hoops tomorrow night? I'll talk to you when I get back.
He got it right in his own way.
Hi there.
Commander,
Listen,
what...
I came to make peace.
I don't...
By the way, I brought Downey some comic books. A kid, Caffey, I swear, doesn't know where he is.
Commander?
You can call me Joanne.
Client of mine again without my permission. Have you disbarred?
I had authorization. Downey's closest living relative, aunt on his mother's side.
You got authorization from Aunt Jenny?
Very nice woman. We spoke for about an hour. Perfectly within my province.
Is it okay that she's calling him?
Maybe his Uncle Goober can be the judge.
I'm going to Cuba with you tomorrow.
And the hits just keep on coming.
Look at this couple. I think I see something in the eyes.
Another day, another dollar, Captain.
You gotta play him as they live.
Comes around.
Yeah, beat him, join him. See you tomorrow, Luther.
You're my witness. The baby spoke. My daughter said a word.
You ought to made a sound, Sam. I'm not sure it was
Definitely a word. The girl sat here, pointed, and said, Pa. She did.
pointing at a mailbox, Sam.
A mailbox.
He has his own style of investigation. That's why I really like it. I'm so appreciated because he's such a free man, even here in this Institute of Military.
Took about 45 seconds. I barely put up a fight.
12 years, it's a gift.
I think they ought to go to jail for the rest of their lives.
12 years. Such a big question. Everything gonna be happening in jail for 12 years.
Don't forget to wear the whites. Very hot down there. We're going to Cuba. You got Dramamine? You get sick when you fly.
Oh my God, oh my God.
I don't think Dramamine will help.
I've heard something about this medication.
Ross said the strangest thing to me right before I left. Specifically told him not to touch Santiago. I never mentioned Kendrick. I don't even know who he is. I'll see you tomorrow.
You're gonna figure out definitely. I think you're gonna get it. He's such a bright person, guys. I'm surprised. You know, such an interesting personality as his character. Hello, Cuba.
Caffey and Weinberg, Commander Galloway.
How are you feeling? Everything is okay?
Sirs, I suggest you both put them on. We'll be riding pretty close to the fence line. I think it might be someone they want to take a shot at. Good call, Sam. Just hop on the ferry. We'll be there in no time. Yes, sir. To get to the other side of the bay.
No, I think no American bases on Cuba, right? That's why they have some problems with their relationship. I mean, Cuba and America.
For crying out loud.
Nobody likes her very much.
Oh my gosh, look at this ocean. It's beyond belief.
Nathan Jessup.
Daniel Caffey, I'm the attorney for Dawson and Downey. This is Lieutenant Commander Joanne Galloway. Lieutenant Sam Weinberg, he'll be assistant.
And platoon leader Lieutenant
Lieutenant Caffey?
Colonel Markinson.
Pleasure of meeting your father once. I was a teenager. He spoke at my high school.
Lionel Caffey? John, this man's dad once made a lot of enemies down in your neck of the woods. County School District.
Yes, public for this story.
Couldn't go to an all-white school. We'll just see about that. How the hell is your dad, Danny?
He passed away 7 years ago, sir.
Don't I feel like an asshole?
Not much, sir. Formality more than anything else.
The JAG Corps can be demanding that way.
To show you what you want to see? How does that sound?
Fine, sir.
Oh my goodness.
I understand you had a meeting with what you guys talking about. Despite any desire they might have, Private Santiago was not
Wearing these heavy backpacks and wearing the suits. Oh, even me, I'm feeling so hot. I'm feeling exhausted because it's so heavy. Definitely, they're good trained for some missions. It's bleeding.
Gets this to his parents. We don't need it. Lieutenant Kendrick, may I call you John?
No, you may not.
Something to offend you?
No, I like all you Navy boys. You fellas always give us a ride.
Definitely, he doesn't like him.
Commander, I believe in God and his son, Jesus Christ. Private Santiago is dead. He is dead because he had no code. He is dead because he had no honor, and God was watching.
Oh my gosh. How does it relate it to God and honor? It's kind of interesting combination.
Any investigating, or you're just going to take the guided tour?
I'm pacing myself.
That was delicious, thank you.
I do have to ask you, Ginu said that Santiago tipped him off to an illegal fence line. Santiago is going to reveal the person's name in exchange for a train. Any details that I'm missing, you should speak up.
Unfortunately, I don't think so. They're going to speak up. Some of them want to keep this secret because they know more.
Lieutenant Colonel Markinson, Lieutenant Kendrick, into your office. What happened next?
Santiago should be transferred off the base on the first available flight to the States. 5 hours too late, as it turned out.
All right, that's all I have.
Or he'll take you back to the flatland.
Got some questions.
No, you
Oh,
don't.
I'm listening. Come on, let her.
Did you meet with Dr. Stone between 3 and
Of course, I met with the doctor.
The man was dead. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, let her tell.
I've ever heard the term Code Red, a cautionary memo from the Commander-in-Chief of the Atlantic Fleet putting their own wasn't to be condoned by all.
Whoever wrote that memo was never a Cuban AK-47 assault rifle. The directive having come from the... What is your point, Joe?
He often has no point, sir. It's part of her charm.
That I think Code Reds still go on down here. Do Code Reds still happen on this base?
Joe.
Yeah, he really does. Colonel.
He outranks you, Danny. You're the luckiest man in the world.
Oh my gosh, stop.
On this earth sexier, believe me, gentlemen. Promote them all, I say.
Colonel, the practice of Code Reds is still
Of
condoned
course,
by
my
officers on this
problem
base.
is to go on taking cold showers.
He's trying to change her focus, definitely. Look at his speech.
I need an answer to my question, sir.
Caution in your tone, Commander.
Oh, ho, ho.
Heat is making me absolutely crazy, and if it happens to go on without my knowledge, so be it. Run my unit how I run my unit. The dice and take your chance.
Of course you want to investigate you.
And that you can come down here, flash a badge, and make me nervous.
Copy of Santiago's transfer order. Have paperwork on that kind of thing. I just need it.
For the file.
Yeah.
Here to help in any way I can.
He's trying to be a good friend for Colonel.
Corporal will take you by personnel on your way out to
I mean,
have all
friend,
the transfer orders
just to
that
get
you
this
want.
information.
You have to ask me nicely. You have to ask me nicely. Bullets and the bombs and the blood. I don't want money. Your Harvard mouth. Extend me some courtesy. You gotta ask me nicely.
You want to see a respect.
It's not too much trouble. I'd like a copy of the transfer order.
No problem.
Oh my gosh, it's brilliant dialogue. You know, I see how they're playing this couple, good and bad police officer, you know, so this is beautiful idea. Maybe they even don't know about that. They're doing good. Such a beautiful contrast. And now we can see how he's listening to this young boy.
I was just saying to myself...
Markinson's disappeared. Colonel Markinson's gone UA. This afternoon, sometime after we left. I've already tried.
You tried? Joanne, you're coming dangerously close to the...
I'm Loudon Downey's attorney. Aunt Ginny.
She doesn't care, honestly, right? She's so curious person.
She had Loudon sign the papers about an hour ago.
You're making this up just to bother me.
Operation, you're still lead counsel. I think Kendrick ordered the Code Red, and so do you.
Officer on deck, 10 hot!
Oof! Please, guys.
You heard what I said. Did Lieutenant Kendrick order you guys to give Santiago a code red?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
They found such beautiful actors for these roles.
Yes, sir. I know you do, sir.
You, Harold.
All right.
Woohoo! Come on, calm down.
Instructions that nothing was to happen to Santiago.
Then he dismissed the platoon and we all went to our room. Lieutenant Kendrick came to our room, ma'am. About 5 minutes after the meeting broke, sir.
And what happened then?
Lieutenant Kendrick ordered us to give Santiago a code red.
Jack! They were given an order. Jack, come on. What are you doing, bro?
Change the picture. So listen.
How long have you known about the order?
I didn't. It's Joe Galloway. She's Downey's lawyer.
How long have you known about the order?
If he did and he hadn't told us, Jack knows he'd be violating about 14 articles to forbid our client's side to plead not guilty.
Kendrick specifically told those men not to touch
And specifically told him to give him a code.
And I have 23 Marines who aren't accused of murder.
Why did Markinson go UA? You don't think I could subpoena Markinson?
You can try, but you won't find. Markinson's gone. Jessup stars on the rise. The spare Jessup and the core and Eddie Barrett. I'll knock it all down to involuntary manslaughter, 2 years or home in 6 months. Because you'll lose.
I don't think so. You'll lose.
They're going to be charged with a whole truckload. And even though he's got me by the balls out, he's a talented lawyer and he's not about to see his clients. That's the end of this negotiation. See you tomorrow morning at the arraignment.
Here's a story.
Guys, think about another strategy. Do you have any ideas?
Be home in 6 months. You're the greatest lawyer in the world. Ooh, fellas, you hear what I just said?
I'm afraid we can't do that, sir.
We can't do that. Why?
We did nothing wrong, sir. And I won't say that I'm guilty, sir.
Believe that he did everything right. You know, I think probably they know more, but they didn't tell him everything.
In your code, plead not guilty. You'll be in jail for 6 months. 6 months, it's nothing. It's a hockey season. Jesus!
After 6 months, we'll be dishonorably discharged, right, sir? What do we do then, sir? We wanted to live our lives by a certain code. Sign a piece of paper that says we have no honor. Then I'll accept whatever punishment they give. Believe I did my job, and I will not order the Corps so that I can go home in 6 months, sir!
It was so full of emotion speech. Okay.
Talk to Lance Corporal Dawson.
We'd like to go in another holding room.
Such an interesting situation. Yep.
Downey worships you. He's gonna do whatever you do. Doesn't matter.
Do you think we were right? You're such a coward. I can't believe they let you wear a uniform.
Guys are so young, you know? I have another opinion about that, honestly.
What happened to saluting an officer when he leaves the room? Open it up. Dawson's gonna go to jail just to spite. I'm not gonna hold his hand on the way down.
Plea, and you tell me you want to have new counsel.
You need more information. Come on, go.
Danny, be sure and ask nicely. I want you to let them be judged.
An argument that didn't work for Callie at My Lai.
Do you really think that's the same as 2 teenage Marines executing a routine order? These guys aren't the Nazis.
Why are you so afraid to be a lawyer? Nation's really that high.
Army to psychobabble father.
Please be careful with this expression, because you're touching him.
You know they have a case. Away from this now, you've sealed their fate. Do you believe they have a case?
Live in the same dream world and don't know I know the law.
Some feelings about that, some intuition probably, I don't know, something else, more than laws.
You're nothing. Live with that.
You want to take this to court, you're going to force me to file. Man misread the Delaware.
All rise.
States versus Lance Corporal Harold W. Dawson. The accuser charged with murder, conspiracy to commit murder.
Does defense wish to enter a plea?
Oh my gosh, sounds very bad.
They're not guilty.
Enter a plea of not guilty for the accused. Court-martial will reconvene.
Why does a lieutenant junior grade with plea bargaining get assigned a murder case? Would it be so that it never sees the inside of a courtroom? We'll work out of my apartment every night, 7 o'clock. Legal pads, half a dozen boxes, a red pen, a couple of desk lamps.
I really love her. He's thinking about.
I need all the proficiency and conduct reports on. The only thing I have to eat is Yoo-hoo and Cocoa Puffs.
Keep talking, come on. Yay. Bingo. So I'm so intrigued to see your investigation.
Were you able to speak to your friend at the NIS?
Found, we're not gonna find him. Said I could be Markinson and you wouldn't know it.
Are you Markinson? I'm not Markinson.
I'm just wondering now that Joanne's on this. You know, I'm just wondering if you still need it.
You think Dawson and Downey knew it was an illegal order?
Any decent human being would have
questioned orders.
Such a thin question, legal and illegal. Is it even okay to act like that, you know?
I need you, and you know how to prepare a witness.
I've got medical reports and Chinese food. I say we eat first. What?
Do you got any Kung Pao chicken?
Oh my gosh. He said yes. definitely.
Intent. No one can prove there is poison on the rag. A, Kendrick gave it. B, they had no choice but to. We're a little weak on motive. They had to relax. We'll deal with the fence line shooting when it comes. Just want to be able to show it could have been something other than poison. Thing there is to know about lactic acid.
Can't believe that he can find another shadows of the poison anywhere. It just disappeared. Anyway, this man was killed by the poison. Oh my God.
He ordered me and Lance Corporal Dawson to red.
Answers still have to come much
From now on, Willie is Private Santi. To do the court members this afternoon. All officers with line experience. My father always said a jury trial is not just about Santiago's dead, and he shouldn't someone be blamed for that. Ross is handing them out. It's going to be won by the lawyers. So remember, if something doesn't go our way, don't hang your head, don't shift in your seat. What you knew was going to happen.
Don't look over angry.
Oh my gosh. They all know about that.
It's time to go home. Try to get some sleep tonight.
Anyway, definitely he was changed. I see his eyes, I see his face, and he's saying, what about you?
Danny,
I know what you're going to say, but you're happy that I stuck with the case. And if you've gained of course, I'm happy about that. You like me, I won't make you say it.
I was just going to tell you to wear matching socks tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Better believe it. We're going to get creamed.
Okay, new day, and I hope you're gonna get something else, guys. Maybe something appearing during his performance. Oh my gosh, don't be nervous, okay? I'm with you. Come.
You are gonna save our son, aren't you?
Oh, his parents.
I'd like you to meet Jenny Miller, Loudon's aunt.
Your Aunt Jenny? I was expecting someone older.
All right.
Too late.
Stand forward and you shall be heard. Xander Randolph is presiding. Is the government prepared to make an opening statement?
The facts of the case are these. Toonmate PFC William Santiago tied his arms and legs with tape. A few minutes later, a chemical reaction called lac caused his lungs to begin bleeding. Pronounced dead at 37 minutes, and they are undisputed. It's the exact same story you're going to hear from Lance Corporal. The accused soaked the rag in poison and intent to kill. He's going to try and pull off a little magic act here. He's going to try a little misdirection. He's going to astonish you with stories of rituals, official-sounding terms like code.
He's good.
He'll have no evidence, mind you, none, to divert your attention from the fact Willie Santiago is dead. These are the facts of the case.
There was no poison on the rag, and there was no intent to futile, because it just ain't true. Room that night, it wasn't because of vengeance or hatred. It's because it was what they were ordered to do. It's because it was what they were ordered to do. Assigned to Rifle Security Company Windward, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. And you're given an order. You follow it. Pack your bags.
Oh, you pack your bags. Oh, yes, they don't have any choice.
Loudon down here, sitting before you today, did their job.
But somebody did another job.
R.C. McGuire. Squire, would you raise your right hand, please? The testimony you will give this general court-martial will be the PFC William Santiago.
We did.
What did that letter say?
He fired his weapon over the fence line.
Was that Marine identified in the letter?
Jessup, that I would be coming down to investigate. Sentry returned his weapon to the switch with a round of Lance Corporal Harold Dawson.
Mr. McGuire, have you questioned Lance Corporal Dawson about the fence line shoot?
To have been engaged in some manner by the enemy.
With a number of crimes. Why was he charged with firing at the end?
You ask him personally the question. Oh my gosh, do you believe?
Enough evidence to support such a charge.
Understand what you mean when you say there wasn't enough evidence to William Santiago's letter.
Santiago was the only eyewitness. I never had the chance to. I don't know what he saw.
Witnesses excused.
Were you present at a meeting?
So interesting to hear different witnesses over there and to hear their own versions and their thoughts about that.
Tell the court the substance of that meeting.
Lieutenant Kendrick told us we had an informer in our group. Gone outside the chain of command, I asked on a member of our platoon. Private Santiago betrayed a code we believe in very deeply, sir.
The court is a government counsel honestly asking this witness to felt on September 6th.
Standing order at that meeting?
Yes, sir.
What was it?
Well, it was clear that he didn't want us taking matters into our own hands, sir.
What was the order?
Sir, he said Santiago wasn't to be touched.
Your witness?
In 5 minutes after this meeting?
No, sir.
I have no more questions.
The government calls Corporal Raymond Tom.
Planning on calling all the other members of...
In light of the defense, Lieutenant Caffey is planning to mount...
Oh wow, they're all good. This couple are good. Such a beautiful ping pong.
Corporal Hammaker did, if the government is willing to concede. We're in Dawson and Downey's room at 1620 on September 6th.
Captain?
The government will stipulate.
Today, you can call your next witness tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow again, new day for the case. Okay, and don't forget about these people who is listening and gonna judge him.
I want to go over to the doctor again.
Then he meets with Jessup. The doctor's not telling the truth.
I was afraid I wouldn't be able to use a liar pants on fire. Coercion.
Unfortunately, you don't have any camps, guys, over there.
Private Santiago was admitted to the ER at 0012 at 0037. If the muscles and other cells of the body burn sugar, acid is what caused Santiago's lungs to bleed.
For the muscles and other cells to begin burning sugar instead of oxygen.
20 to 30 minutes.
Your Honor, we object at this point. The witness is speculating. Commander Stone is an internist. Not a criminologist.
The point I'm confident you'll illustrate to the court member.
Just some thoughts, probably. What do you think?
Opinion is admitted now.
Did Willie Santiago die of poisoning?
Absolutely.
There are no traces of poison.
Dozens of toxins which are virtually undetectable. The nature of the acidosis is the compelling factor in this issue.
Commander, is it possible?
Is it possible to invite another doctor just to check his report? Just make sure that he's talking.
What might some of those conditions mean?
If a person had a coronary disorder or cerebral disorder,
Commander, if I had a coronary condition that my cells would continue burning sugar after the rag was taken out,
it would have to be a very serious condition.
Signals were so mild that a routine medical exam
Would still be symptoms, though. There are hundreds of
chest pains, shortness of breath.
Oh my gosh, this makes sense.
This is an order for Private Santiago to be put on restricted. Written remarks at the bottom of the page, please.
Patient complains of chest pains, restricted from running distances over 5 miles for 1 week.
Commander, isn't it possible that Santiago had a serious coronary condition, poison that caused the accelerated chemical reaction?
No. I personally give each man a thorough physical examination.
That's why it had to be poison, right, Commander? And on duty with a clean bill of health, and that man died from a heart-related incident. You'd have a lot to answer for, wouldn't you, Doctor?
Sustained.
Of course, the doctor doesn't want to say yes.
Held a license to practice medicine for 17 years. You're chief of internal medicine at a hospital which is...
Because he doesn't want to be screwed out. You know, that's it. I see his eyes.
We further ask the court to instruct the court members to lend no weight to this witness's testimony. Continuously objects and requests an 802 before ruling on this objection.
And overruled.
Move to reconsider.
And the court will hear his opinion.
Dr. Stone, in your
Keep working. Keep it up, guys. Anyway, I think you're gonna get
Santiago poison.
Yes.
I have no more questions.
We'll stand in recess until 10:00, time the defense will call its first witness.
All rise.
Well, guys, do you have any thoughts about that?
Objection. Overruled. No.
I got it on the record.
Object once so they can hear us say he's not a criminologist. Looks like a bunch of fancy lawyer tricks. Paper law and...
Please don't be mad. Come on, guys.
She made a mistake. Let's not relive it.
Why do you hate them so much?
They beat up on a weakling. That's all they did. They tortured and tormented a weaker kid because he couldn't run very fast.
Can't run very fast. You know, I agree with them. It's kind of over pressure to some people. So it's really crazy atmosphere and situation. For some reasons, they shouldn't do that. Definitely. It's too much, I think. I agree with them. But this is Marine Corps. They have special rules for some reasons.
They say nothing's gonna hurt you tonight. Not on my watch.
Don't worry about the doctor. His trial starts Monday.
He won't get there.
Beautiful help for thinking about the case, right?
I'm sorry to bother you. I should have called first.
Just watch the ball game.
How you'd feel about my taking you to dinner tonight?
You asking me out on a date? Sounded like you were asking me on a date.
I was. Do you like seafood? I know a good seafood place.
Okay.
I really love seafood, guys.
Drunk and disorderly. It lasted 9 weeks.
Well, what was the prosecutor offer?
15 days.
You sure hustled the shit out of him.
Where I have earned 2 meritorious service medals and 2 letters of commendation.
Why are you always giving me your resume?
Because I want you to think I'm a good lawyer. No, you don't. I think you're an exceptional lawyer. I watch the court members. They respond to you. I see you convincing them, and I think Dawson and Downey are going to end up owing...
What are you doing, girl? Oh.
Joe, I think you should prepare yourself for the fact that we're going to lose.
We're going to lose. I don't think so that she's ready for it.
That the guys were given an order. We'll keep doing what we're doing, and we'll put on a show, but at the end of the day, if 2 people accused of murder.
We'll find Markinson.
Guys, keep it up, please. Don't give up. Just try one more time. Try another strategy.
Marine Barracks windward, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Let's name some reasons why a Marine would receive a code red.
Being late for a platoon or company, falling back on a run.
Have you ever received a code red?
We were doing 7-man assault drills and my weapon slipped. Grease and my palms were sweaty. That night, the guys in my squad threw a blanket over me. Took turns punching me in the arm for 5 minutes, and then they poured glue on my hands.
Private Santiago ever late for platoon meeting?
Yes, sir.
Did he ever fall back on a run?
All the times.
Receive a code red?
No, sir.
You got a code red because your palms were sweaty. Burden to his unit, never get one.
Dawson wouldn't allow it, sir. The guys talked tough about Santiago, but they wouldn't go near him. Object. The witness.
Object. Haha.
Because Dawson would kick my butt, sir.
Captain Ross is going to ask you some questions.
Corporal Barnes.
You're going to ask you some uncomfortable questions, I think.
Would you turn to the chapter that deals with code reds, please? Just flip to the page in the book that discusses code red. Well, you see, sir, code red is a term that we use. I don't know if it's
we're luck
actually...
then. We'll find the term code red and its definition in that book. Am I correct?
No, sir.
No? No manual or pamphlet? No set of orders form code reds?
No book, sir.
Corporal, Page in this book that says we're the mess hall.
Well, Lieutenant Caffrey, that's not in the book, sir.
You mean to say in all your time at Gitmo, you've never had a meal?
3 squares a day.
How did you know where the mess hall was if it's not in this book?
Well, I guess I just followed the crowd at chow time, sir.
No more questions.
Yes, playing the same game. He's playing so good. Look at his face.
I want to slam dunk this guy. Hey, Luther.
How's the big case going? Well, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. It ain't over till the fat lady sings.
What are you reading? Oh my gosh, behind him. Already here. Please, careful.
Christ! You scared the shit out of me. Are you aware you're under subpoena?
I'm also aware that the lives of 2 Marines are in your hands. Since I can't, all I can do is help you, Lieutenant. I know everything.
No, everything. Tell me.
Did Kendrick give the order?
Yes.
Did you witness it?
I know.
Yeah, you know shit.
Transferred off that base. Keep him on the base. He said he wanted him trained. I signed him the morning you arrived in Cuba, 5 days after Santiago died.
I'm gonna get you a deal, some kind of immunity with the prosecutor. In about 4 days, you're gonna appear as a witness.
Oh my gosh. I'm worried now about this man because somebody gonna get him.
We're gonna start from the beginning.
I don't want a deal, nor what I am doing.
I want him guarded.
He also said that clearance code.
411-527-273.
Where is this man? I'd like to stay with you guys. Maybe gonna stay with you for a while and then to the end of this investigation.
Sam, when a flight takes off, there's got to be some kind of record kept, right?
Get it.
We're gonna win.
Joe, don't get crazy.
Ooh, I hope so.
You just concentrate on Downey. I'm gonna talk to Ross and tell him where we are.
Honestly, I really love this character. He's good. He's good.
I have Markinson. Motel room in Northeast with 6 federal marshals. That's further Markinson signed. It's phony. Jessup's statement first available is a lie. We're checking the tower chiefs. In the meantime, I'm gonna put the Apostle John Kendrick on the stand.
Markinson's not going to hold up, Danny. I'm not saying this to intimidate you. I'm being...
Thanks, Jack.
He knows what he's talking about, but he doesn't care about that.
Don't you dare lump me in with Jessup and Kendrick just because we wear the same uniform. Your clients belong in jail, but I don't get to make that decision.
Oh my gosh. In life, they're friends and... Oh, I can imagine.
Here you go.
The judge advocate has made you aware of the possible officer of a felony without proper evidence.
I've been so advised.
You got bullied into that courtroom, Danny. You got bullied into that courtroom by the memory of a dead lawyer.
Okay, be extra careful.
You're a lousy softball player!
Please, 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 please.
The boys are going down, Danny. I can't stop it anymore.
I'd say he was about average.
Reports on Santiago. On all 3 reports, you indicated a rating of below average.
Private Santiago was below average.
I appreciate that, but you're under oath now, and I think
I'm aware of my oath.
Reports you signed for Lance Corporal Dawson. Dawson received 2 marks of exceptional, but on this last report that I'd like to discuss for a moment. Lance Corporal Dawson's ranking after the School of Infantry was per full corporal, while Dawson has remained a Lance Corporal. Was Dawson's promotion held up because of this last report?
I'm sure it was. I have many men in my charge, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant!
Cover the asses, you know, guys. That's why they won't tell you more.
Did you report Private Bell to the proper authorities?
I have 2 books at my bedside, Lieutenant. Colonel Nathan R. Jessup and the Lord our God.
Reflect your lack of acknowledgement of this court as
Objection, argumentative.
Watch yourself, counselor.
I remember thinking very highly of Private Bell.
You prefer to be handled within the unit.
Yes, I most certainly did.
Lieutenant, do you know what a code red is?
Yes, I do.
Lieutenant, did you order Dawson and 2 other men to make sure that Private Bell received no food or drink except water for a period of 7 days?
He was given water and vitamin supplements, and I can assure you was his health in danger.
You know, he's shooting him through his eyes. All the time watching him.
Wouldn't this form of discipline be considered a code red? If I called the other 478 Marines, would they consider it a code red?
Wouldn't testify as to what for.
Please, let him ask him, please.
Irrelevant badgering of the witness.
Questioning a Marine officer with an impeccable service record.
Below average on this last report because you learned he'd been sneaking food to Private Bell.
Object!
Was given a below average rating because he had committed a crime.
What crime did he commit? Lieutenant Kendrick?
He's so close, you know, to crime and orders.
What crime did he commit?
He disobeyed an order.
His own set of values because he made a decision. Conflict with an order of yours.
Disobeyed an order.
After all, it's peacetime. Might say be morally questionable. Can Dawson determine on his own which orders he's going to follow?
No, he cannot.
A lesson he learned after the Curtis Bell incident, am I right?
I would think so.
Object!
Sustained.
Oh.
Give Santiago a code red. He would have disobeyed you again?
Lieutenant, don't answer that.
You don't have to, I'm through.
It's a good idea. Good, 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 good. I really love how he's playing the game now. Look at his face.
Oh, code red. Lieutenant Kendrick.
Pissed him off, definitely.
Jessup's telling the truth. Stay in flight was the first plane out.
Let me see.
You trying to pull?
Then why isn't it listed in the tower chief's log? He fixed the logbook? But I can sure as hell prove that one landed the logbook from Andrews.
You're not going to find anything in the Andrews logbook. Nathan Jessup is about to be appointed Director of Operations for the National Security, knowing how to sidestep a few landmines.
He's not going to be able to sidestep you. Thursday morning, 10 o'clock.
I hope he'll be here. I'm worried about this man in a way.
Joe, this isn't TWA. There isn't a regular flight schedule. A kid from the ground crew isn't going to remember.
He'll testify to the forged transfer, and that'll be enough. That and Downey's testimony really ought to be enough.
Maybe they're gonna tell you something more. Please try again.
And why did you give him a code red?
I was ordered to give him a code red. Windward, Lieutenant Jonathan James Kendrick.
You're gonna do fine. Remember the order of the questions?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because he gets rattled when he doesn't understand something.
Joe, I'm gonna go slow.
Okay, it's gonna be fine.
Be calm, be still, okay? Don't be nervous. I'll be good, step by step.
I knew your son vaguely, which is to say I knew his name. In a matter of time, the trial of the two men you've never met will try to offer you and can to bring the truth to light. And the truth is this.
A wonderful suit.
I wasn't strong enough to stop it. Always.
Wow, I got goosebumps, guys. Oof.
United States Marine Corps.
No! 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 Oh my god!
Private, I want you to tell us why did you go to Private Santiago
without any minute thinking about his action? Oh, crazy.
Platoon Commander Lieutenant Jonathan James Kendrick.
Oh my god.
The week of 2 September, the switch log has you down at post.
I'm sure it is, sir. They keep that log pretty good.
How far by G?
About 10-15 minutes, sir. Yes, sir, that day, sir. Friday. Also, because he can get girls in New York City. He pulled up and bam, blowout with no spare. So we had to double time it back to the barracks.
10 or 15 minutes by Jeep. I'm guessing it must be,
Pickup him, he did it in 45 flat, sir.
on Private Santiago. The result of an order that...
Such clear details about each action. Oh my god, I'm so surprised that they can remember everything.
...to the Windward Barracks until 1645. How could you be in your room at 1620?
There was a blowout.
Private Lieutenant Kendrick, order of code red.
Hal said that...
Private.
My gosh, it's pushing him so good.
No, sir.
Please, the court, I'd like to request a recess in order to confer with my client.
The witness has been read his rights, Commander. Lance Corporal Dawson tell you to give Santiago a code red?
Private, answer the captain's question.
Yes, Captain. United States Marine Corps, and I followed it.
Oh my god, oh my gosh. Did you see his friend's face? It was so good. And, he's touching me so deep.
Firsthand, he doesn't distinguish between the two. Danny, I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Talking about how all we really have to do is...
I think you already know about this situation with this man.
If we work at it, we could get Dawson charged with the Kennedy assassination.
Are you drunk? I'll put on a pot of coffee. We've got a long night's work ahead.
That's nice.
He's so sweet, guys.
Downey wasn't in his room. That was an important piece of information, don't you think?
Danny, it was a setback, but we fix it and move on to Markinson.
Markinson's dead.
Hey, they didn't know about that. Of course.
The hand of those federal marshals, boy. Not like he hanged himself by his shoelace with a concealed butter knife. This guy got into full dress uniform, a nickel-plated pistol from his holster, fired a bullet into his mouth.
My god, we don't have any witnesses anymore.
I still think we can win. And we'll make a motion for a continuance 24 hours to subpoena Colonel Jessup. Hear me out!
No, I won't listen, and I won't... Joe, it's also useless. Loudon Downey needed a trial lawyer today.
You're gonna use what happened today as an excuse to give up.
He's ready to give up, definitely, but not her.
I wanted the damn transfer order.
Any one of a dozen departments at the Pentagon. You wanted to see Jessup's reaction when you asked for the transfer order. It was confirmed by Mark.
Instinct, yes.
Put Jessup on the stand and end this thing. I told Kendrick to order the code red.
Why didn't you say so? And of course, the day they taught law at law school. Yes! No problem. We get it from...
You try, why not?
Red on Santiago. What do we have for the losers, Judge? Time at exotic Fort Leavenworth. It's a court-martial, yes! Highly decorated Marine officer, Lieutenant Taffy will have a...
Calm down.
Thank you for playing, should we? Or should we not? Vice of the galactically stupid!
Ooh, please go. Get back. But it was brilliant. His speech, his acting. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. He's doing so good.
I'm sorry I lost your set of steak knives.
Oof. Look at you guys. Any ideas?
Stop cleaning up. Stop cleaning up. You want a drink?
Oh my gosh, guys. I'm sorry.
Is your father proud of you? I'll bet he is. I'll bet he bores the shit out of the neighbor. He's got a big case he's making. He's making an argument. I think my father would have enjoyed seeing me graduate from law school. I think he would have liked that an awful lot.
I thought about that he was thinking about his father and his thoughts.
One of the best trial lawyers ever. Between you, your father, to represent me in this case. A day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Did you put Jessup on the stand?
No.
You think my father would have?
With the evidence we got, not in a million years. Neither Lionel Caffey nor Sam Weinberg. It's in the matter of U.S. versus Dawson. And so there's really only one question.
Let's get it. Let's find your instinct of good lawyer. Guys, I really wish to see him.
Go, get in the car. Go ahead. Angry, I'm sorry about what I said. Gonna put Jessup on the stand.
Baby, let me hug you. You're so good.
I say we hit Jessup with the phony transfer order.
In the hands of a lesser attorney, that'd be a problem.
Unfortunately, you don't have any recording.
I'm getting my second wing. Jessup told Kendrick to order the code red. Kendrick did. Jessup needs to tell the court members that he ordered the code. Wants to say it. I think he's pissed off that he made a command decision, and that's the end. No one's gonna tell him how to run his unit, least of all the Harvard mouth. Put him on the defensive and lead him right.
That's it? That's the plan?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I have put it in the closet.
Don't ever put that bat in the closet.
You got something. Say, tell me.
Stay here, I'm going to the office for a while.
Careful, listen to him. Where are you going? Tell us.
He does think better with that bet.
I need you to do something for me.
Gotta go out to Andrews.
I can't wait to see you.
He's on his way.
Did he get the guys?
Yeah. Can I talk to you for a second?
Can you explain her? What do you think about? What is your plan?
Jessup's gonna have his hands full today.
When you're out there today, feel like it's not going to happen. You feel like he's not going to say it. Don't go for it. You could get in trouble. I'm telling you, you could get in a lot of trouble.
Not suggesting that I back off a material witness.
If you think you can't get him.
Can't get him. How is possible to get some feelings without any questions? Just please try. Follow your instinct.
Where's Sam?
Call your first witness. Call your witness.
Defense calls Colonel Nathan Jessup.
Oh my gosh, Colonel. This is it. This is it. I was waiting for you.
Colonel Jessup, would you raise your right hand, please, sir? Solemnly swear that the testimony you will give, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Would you have a seat, please, sir?
Colonel Nathan R. Jessup.
He's not here.
So extend some time. Just ask those questions. More questions.
You had a meeting with your two senior officers, Jonathan Kendrick, Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Markins.
Yes.
More empty questions, please.
Dead, is that right?
I'd like to know just what the defense counsel is implying.
President Colonel Markinson is not alive.
Here in this courtroom to confirm that information.
Oh, come on. Just let him ask him. Come on. Stop.
We thank you for bringing this to our attention.
Colonel, at the time of this meeting, you gave Lieutenant Kendrick an order, is that right?
Men that Santiago wasn't to be touched. I ordered Markinson to have Santiago transferred off. I felt his life might be in danger
Colonel, we have the transfer order. Colonel Markinson co-signed ordering that Santiago be on at 6 the next morning.
The 0600 was the first flight off the base.
Colonel, you flew up to Washington early this morning, is that right? Class A dress uniform for your appearance in court. Did you wear that uniform on the plane?
Let him ask the questions. Come on.
A very little latitude.
I wore utilities on the plane.
Toothbrush, shaving kit. Your Honor! Is the Colonel's underwear?
It's somewhere fast with this lieutenant.
Clothes and some personal items.
Santiago's barracks room was sealed off and its contents inventory. Pants, 3 long-sleeve khaki shirts, 3 pairs of boots.
Please, the court, is there a question anywhere in our...
To ask you to state your question.
I'm wondering why Santiago wasn't packed. We'll get back to that one. This is a record of all telephone calls made from your base into Washington. You made 3 calls. I've highlighted those calls in yellow.
I called Colonel Fitzhughes in Quantico, Virginia. I wanted to let... The second call was to arrange a meeting with... And the third call was to my sister, Elizabeth. I thought she might like to have dinner.
Phone records from Gitmo. And these are 14 letters requesting, in fact, begging for a transfer. He was finally getting his transfer. Santiago was so excited that do you know how many people he called? 0. To his parents saying he was coming home. He was asleep in his bed at midnight. He was getting on a plane in 6 hours. He was hanging neatly in his closet and folded neatly in his footlocker. Was leaving for the rest of his life. And he hadn't called a soul. Can you explain that? Order Santiago wasn't going anywhere.
Obviously, Lieutenant Caffey's intention this afternoon
He's absolutely right.
points with the court members. Now, it's my recommendation for his conduct and the witness be excused.
Come on, stop.
Overruled.
Your Honor.
Do you have an answer?
Maybe he was an early riser and liked to pack in the morning. Maybe he didn't have any friends. I'm afraid I can't speak intelligence of William Santiago. To leave the base at 0600. Are these really the questions? Phone calls and foot lockers?
It's not the end, I think. He's pushing him again. Oh my God. Such a sleep driver, you know?
Do you have any other questions for me, counsel?
Lieutenant Caffey,
Please, look at the boys.
Lieutenant. Thanks, Danny. I love washing.
I didn't dismiss you.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not through with my examination. Sit down.
Sit down. It was a bit tough, if you ask me nicely.
Defense counsel will address the witness as Colonel or Sir.
Colonel, the 6 a.m. flight was the first one off the base? There wasn't a flight that left 7 hours earlier and landed at Andrews Air Force Base at 2.
Lieutenant, I think we've covered this, haven't we?
Such a long introduction, but let's listen to him, okay?
Guantanamo log lists no flight. Andrews log lists no flight that landed at Defense Exhibits Alpha and Bravo.
The flight that never existed.
Defense will be calling Airman Cecil O'Malley and Airman Anthony Rodriguez.
Your Honor, these men weren't on the list.
Specifically to refute testimony offered under direct.
I'll allow the witnesses.
The tower logs, for Christ's
Please.
sake.
Well, we'll get to the airman in just a minute. So Lieutenant Kendrick to tell his men. And Lieutenant Kendrick was clear on what you want. Any chance Lieutenant Kendrick ignored the order? Any chance he forgot about it? Kendrick left your office and said, the old man is wrong.
No.
And ordered them not to touch Santiago. Any chance they ignored him?
You ever served in an infantry unit, son? Ever served in a forward area?
No, sir.
Ever put your life in another man's hands? We follow orders, son. We follow orders or people die. Are we clear?
Crystal. Colonel, I have just one more question before I call. That Santiago wasn't to be touched. And your orders are always followed. And why would Santiago be in danger?
Oh, yes.
To transfer him off the base?
Such a logical question.
Santiago was a substandard Marine. He's being transferred.
It's not what you said, because he was in grave danger.
Grave danger. Yes, I do remember this thing.
Recall what I said.
I can have the court.
Oh, no. You can't recall what you said.
I don't have to have it read back to me like I'm...
Why did you order?
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands.
And your men follow orders or people die.
You snotty little bastard.
Please. So, let's figure out.
If Lieutenant Kendrick, that Santiago wasn't to be touched, then why did he have to be transferred? Didn't he? Because that's what you told Lieutenant Kendrick. You cut these guys loose! Your Honor! Damn it, Captain! You coerced the doctor!
Consider yourself in control.
Did you order the code red?
I'll answer the question. You can't handle the truth! Who's gonna do it? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know. Probably saved lives. And incomprehensible to you, saves lives. Because deep down in places you want me on that wall. We use words like honor, loyalty, of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. A man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I would rather you just said thank you. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. I don't give a damn. Did you order the code? Right, I did.
I did. Did you hear it?
I suggest the members be dismissed.
The recording. Everything was recorded.
The witness has rights.
Captain Ross.
No comments, I think, right?
Jack?
The members of the court will retire to an anteroom until further instructed.
No, it's so impressive to hear his speech now, guys.
Colonel, what's going on? I'm gonna get on a plane and go on.
You're not going anywhere, Colonel. Please guard the Colonel.
What the hell is this?
Colonel Jessup, any statement?
I'm being charged with a crime. I'm being charged with a crime?
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna rip the eyes out of you!
Stay here where you are.
You fucked with the wrong Marine!
You understand these rights as I've just read them to you.
People, all you did was weaken a country today, Caffey. Put people's lives in danger.
Don't call me son. And an officer in the United States name. And you're under arrest, you son of a... The witness is excused.
Damn, this Colonel is so good. His character is such a strong man. And I believe that sometimes we see some mistakes because we all people, but it's so tough to observe this conversation, guys. I won't judge anyone here, guys, because I'm just watching this movie and I'm so intrigued in the movement of this plot and great to see this development in the case.
Lance Corporal Dawson, Private First Class Downey. The members find the accused not guilty. The charge of conspiracy to commit murder, members find the accused not guilty. On the charge of conduct unbecoming a United States Marine, the members find the accused. The accused are hereby sentenced to time already, and you are ordered to be dishonorably discharged from the Marine Corps.
Yes, I thought about it.
Marshal is adjourned.
All the time have some option. They could call someone, they can ask someone. They could find another way, honestly.
How? What did that mean? Colonel Jessup said he ordered the code red. The code red? What did we do wrong? We did nothing wrong!
Yeah, we did.
We did. You did.
We were supposed to fight for people who couldn't fight for themselves. We were supposed to fight for Willie.
You're gonna support and help each other instead of killing and doing something bad like that. He's absolutely right. Oh, I got goosebumps, guys.
You don't need to wear a patch in your arm to have on.
10 hut! There's an officer on deck.
Bravo. Proud of you. You got your instinct to follow.
What exactly were these guys going to testify? Defy under oath that they had absolutely no recollection of strong witnesses.
Get these tiny details.
I'll see you around campus.
And he won this case. Yay! You know, such an interesting idea. And honestly, I didn't know all details related to Marine Corps and I don't know all rules over there. But it was so interesting to observe their attitude about that and the rules over there. You know, a little bit dive into the atmosphere. Oh my God, oh my God. You know, guys, I didn't talk too much about their conversation because I was listening to their conversation and watching their faces because it was so interesting to analyze, to observe their acting. It was wonderful cast. I really love how they're communicating each other, how they're playing. And oh my goodness, I thought that this is reality. So this is real case. I was there sitting on the chair and watching them, you know, watching them working all together and playing the game. And, you know, it was so cool to get new details. Unfortunately, to see this witless suicide and it was such a tough scene and it was beautifully done, especially how he's getting dressed, his stuff flashing. It was very quick and his gun. Oh wow, it's touched me so deep. And I really love Tom Cruise and Demi Moore's acting and especially Jack Nicholson's acting. It's perfect. I love this actor. Well, and thank you for being with me this time. Thank you for clicking this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to get more videos. And if you like this video, I'll be so appreciated. Hit the like button. If you want to see the full reaction, please join my Patreon page and let's be friends. And thank you for your support, guys. It means a lot. All right, take care and see you next video.